Hi everyone and welcome to Colour Blast Australia's YouTube channel. My name is Cindy Porter and I am the product educator for Colour Blast. Today I'm super excited to be demonstrating for you the rudimentary care and use of our fabulous Colour Blast pastes. These pastes are available in 20 different colours currently, and we are expanding that colour range throughout 2019. Can't wait to get started, so let's get going. Hi, welcome to the desk. Colour Blast pastes are an acrylic based product, and as such will over time dry out if left or if not stored correctly. Just like any other acrylic product, any other acrylic paint on the market, they do have a lifespan. Some lifespans are much shorter than others. To get the most out of your Colour Blast paste, we recommend that you keep this inner seal once you get the product. Don't just rip it off. Peel it back to use and then put it back down and put the lid back on. Making sure that you keep the rim of your jar nice and clean so that this will go back down tight and the lid will screw on fully. That's the way you're going to get the best and longest lifespan out of your paste. Also, keep it closed every time you're not using it. Don't do what I'm doing now and leaving the jar open while I'm talking to you. Just for example, okay? The better you store your product, the longer lifespan it's going to have. Okay, on to some simple basic demonstration of use. Let me just put my sleeves on. I wear my sleeves not only to protect the sleeves of my clothes, but also in particular to protect my bracelets which dangle. And from experience I can tell you, you don't want to get paste into your bangles or any of your other jewelry like that. Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate the basic use of paste, which tends to be everybody's go-to, which is to apply it through a stencil. This is the lovely stencil by Michelle Grant that was released in January 2019. And I'm going to use this top quote here, "With brave wings she flies." I'm just going to put that down onto our page, open our paste, peel back. I like to use a palette knife. They come in many different shapes and sizes. This is my personal preference, broad, flat, bent knife with a rounded tip. You apply paste out of the jar to the back of your palette knife when it's a bent knife, because you are going to spread like butter. Carefully spreading until you have all of your stencil covered. I like to scrape off the excess very gently, put that back in my jar. Let's not waste any of this beautiful paste. Make sure that edge is clean. So that my lid will seal on tightly and my paste will stay great for the next time. Palette knives you can just wipe off with a baby wipe or a bit of paper towel. Gently remove your stencil for a gorgeous finish. Look how beautiful that looks. Okay, at the moment you'll notice the paste looks quite matte, but as it starts to dry it is going to bring on a gorgeous shine. Cleaning your stencils is very simple. I like to just dunk mine into a bucket of water while I'm working so that it doesn't completely dry. It's a good habit to get into. Some pastes and products out there on the market, if they dry on your stencil, that's it. They're there permanently and you will not get them off ever. Colour Blast is a lot more forgiving than that, so If you don't get it into water to wash quick enough, you don't have to stress. You just need to put it into a container and let it soak, and the paste will start to lift off for you. So there's no stress ever using your Colour Blast paste with your stencils. So I can leave that to wash till later. Okay. If you're new to stenciling and mixed media and you're a little bit timid and a bit scared about paste going underneath your stencil, or you're moving the stencil slightly and smudging it, all the things that you worry about when you're new to it and you haven't had a go, I would recommend that you try one of the more mixed media type stencils, such as this one here, where the pattern is completely random and rugged looking, I suppose is the best way I can describe it. This is another stencil released by Michelle Grant in January of 2019. This will allow you, if you do accidentally move your stencil or paste goes underneath it because you've wiped it too hard or something like that while you're learning how to do it, this being such a random pattern, you're not going to notice it. You're going to get away with it. It's going to save you bacon, basically. You're not going to destroy anything by using it. It's going to let you get away with anything at all. I'm going to put this on a bit of an angle here. I'm going to grab some Apple of My Eye. That paste that I used, the first one, that was called Punch. This one is Apple of My Eye, another of my favourites. Quite love this green. Just let me peel this back slightly. As you will see that I do not have a lot left in the jar already. And like I said, you can use any sort of thing other than a palette knife, such as an old gift card or a craft scraper or the silicone tools. I'm going to use a gift card this time. Just got to get a bit of paste out of the jar, press that back down, and apply. Again, just wipe off excess. Treat all your tools the same, regardless of whether it's a used gift card or your most expensive palette knife. And there you go. Isn't that gorgeous pattern? Just stunning. Love it. Okay, we're going to put this lid on this paste properly so that it keeps it nice and fresh. With the pastes, you can let them dry naturally, which is what I'm going to do for that Brave Wings one. And for this mixed media pattern one, I am going to speed up the drying and use a heat tool. Now our pastes will bubble up with heat, and that gives you lots of extra texture. I personally love it. Some people hate it, so it just depends on your personal preference. I love what it does for the paste, but here goes, and I'll give you a look. Okay, I'm hoping that you can pick up that texture and those bubbles. After you've heated it, the paste is still soft. If you get any bubbles that you decide are too big, you can actually flatten them down quite a bit while they're still soft and warm. If you're like me and you like the texture, then you leave it and it will set that way. So I'm just going to set that aside for now. Actually, I might put it over on that side while we move on. Okay, have a little piece of chipboard here. I want to show that the paste goes on to lots of different surfaces, wood, chipboard, plastic, metal, apart from just paper. You can put it onto just about anything, being that that it's an acrylic based product. Our paste is such a lovely strong colour that it is going to, and this one is called Just Blue for your information, it stands out beautifully on any coloured surface. So although this chipboard is quite grey and quite strong in colour, we are still going to see the gorgeous colour of this paste. Okay, I am going to spread it out. Maybe just make it a little bit thicker for what I want to do. Back on, keep the paste nice. Now, when you put paste down in a lump like this, there are these really cool tools out there on the market. These ones are from Catalyst, with all these different shapes, okay, which you can scrape through your paste to make marks and texture marks and everything. There are so many different brands and kinds on the market, it's not funny. But they all do the same job. Okay, this is one of my favourites, this little one from Catalyst. Look how cool that is. I can make perfect waves with this one. So we'll let that dry naturally so that you can see how great that colour comes up on that chipboard once it's dry. And I would like to now show you also how well the paste covers even darker surfaces, such as this gorgeous paper that was designed by Michelle Grant, again released in January. It's from the Spread Your Wings range. This is called Earth Angels. But this lovely dark surface is perfect to demonstrate to you how well the paste colours over such dark colours. So again, I'm going to use this gorgeous stencil, which I love, this mixed media stencil, and I thought I'd put some of this blue down, this Just Blue. Planning ahead for a future layout that I'll do on this paper. So I have paste on the back of my palette knife, just spreading it through the areas that I have decided I would like paste to be on. Envisaging how I'm going to set up this layout. And look at how well that stands out, isn't that gorgeous? Just going to put a little bit off to the, maybe to the bottom here, I think. Which way do I want it? This way. Just get a little bit more paste on my palette knife. Keep that sealed down. Beautiful. Stencil away. Doesn't that look fabulous? I'll bring that back and show you once it's completely dried. Make sure I've got all the paste off that rim. Close that down nice and tight. And we'll wait for those to dry. So we're back and our pieces have dried. Check out that, isn't it stunning? Here's another one that I had created. This one I've used sienna And again with that gorgeous January, goodness gracious, tongue-tied, January release stencil by Michelle Grant. Here's the stencil done in the blush. How cool is that? Dried on the chipboard. Look at the colour and sheen. Here's the one that we force dried with the heat gun. Can you see that texture? The extra texture with the bubbles. Hope it's picking up okay in the camera. Here's another one that I force dried, just so that you could maybe see some more texture on that, hopefully. And just another sample testing out that stencil that I had lying around that's dried in the apple of my eye colour. Cool, huh? So, like I said, actually not like I said. So, the pastes, because of their shine and their gloss, have a lot of tack to them, even once they're completely dry. So, they tend to be a bit, can you hear that? A bit sticky and can stick together. And can stick to other pages. Like, the best way to deal with that is to apply a wax medium over them. There are heaps available out there, different brands. Dorland's wax medium is a really good one. You literally just take a little bit of the wax and rub it all over the surface of your paste. It's clear, you can't see it, it doesn't affect anything. See? This is a perfect way to finish off your piece if it's a little tacky. Just need to make sure that you rub it over everything. Okay. And now there is no tack whatsoever left, only the tapping noise that it makes when I actually hit them together. There's no pulling apart, there's no separating, pulling. So in your journal books or scrapbook layouts or anything like that where you are concerned that having a little bit of tack might cause issues, like your journal pages, your art journal pages sticking together or anything of the like, grab yourself some wax, rub it over the paste, and you will have no further dramas whatsoever. Okay, so that's it for the basics on our colour pastes. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact me on Facebook or on YouTube or anywhere else, and I will attempt to answer them. Hope you found this useful. Thanks very much for joining me. Till next time, bye for now.